virtual co-host on the tour today. You know him from Saturday Night Live. He's also the host of The Tonight Show. Here he is, the one, the only, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide,
Casey.
and the greatest driver,
Victor.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Casey
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, two quick safety rules via our lovely safety rules video. In the event of an emergency, or if you drop something over the side, or if you notice audio or video trouble, or should you need to leave the tour for any reason, pull the red cord running along the tram ceiling. I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Also, please remain seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. And sorry, bring your buddy. There is no smoking of any kind allowed on the tour. Yep, sorry. Also, please be prepared for such things as sound effects, like that, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and there is the possibility you could get a little bit wet. Finally, for your safety and those around you, while on board the tour, we ask that you do not use selfie sticks. With the safety rules out of the way, we'll start to make our way down the hill past the Universal timeline. We'll also take a look at one of our classic films of the 1940s.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Walker.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very nice. Hello.
Yes?
Any bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
That was great. Right, passed by Fire Station 51. That is of course, a real working fire station by a lot, but it's also the portion of the tour where we leave the real world behind to continue on into the cinematic world of make-believe. Running down the hill to the front lot houses our 28 sound stages. In those stages, we can create any environment the story demands. Coming up ahead of us, a great example, Soundstage 12. It's been home to our show, The Voice. When we pass by, you're going to notice The Voice has went so far as to paint their logo across the side of the stage. Also, as we pass by, we'll check out a few productions to have shot there long before The Voice ever arrived. Doors open. Take a little peek inside as we travel past. The last couple of stages that we'll pass by on our left, 17 and 16, they've both been used by our show Superstore with America Ferrera and Ben Feldman starring. Also, there is a great big building directly in front of us. It is the Carl Laemmle building, named after our studio founder, Carl Laemmle. He formed Universal Pictures in New York all the way back in 1912, then moved west. We actually began making movies on this property in 1914. So, making movies here. And now on our right, we'll pass by another block of sound stages, starting off with stages 41 and 42. Stage 42, as of late, has been used by the Amazon series Homecoming, which is now in its second season with Janelle Monáe and Chris Cooper starring. In this little corridor here, a lot of times we do encounter some interesting individuals, you might say, like on our right, be able to wave hello to a couple of the Minions. Looks like they're having a little afternoon fun while they're favoring the Illumination Entertainment sign. It's up to a good bit of mischief. Seem pretty proud of their handiwork. If you said hi to the Minions, there is somebody else you're going to want to say hi to. Coming up on the left is a dear, close, personal friend of mine, my old pal Ted. Ted is always very well equipped when it comes to beverages. He's enjoying a nice martini. Unfortunately, Ted is not the most sharing bear that I've ever met, so don't expect a sip. It's probably not going to happen. Coming up on the right, the big building with the America's Got Talent billboard on the side of it. That is the Bud Westmore building. Bud Westmore, in case you didn't know, was a makeup artist. The Bud Westmore building actually has no makeup in it. It houses our lighting department. There's also a mill in the back with the sets, but no makeup. Back to our left. A lot of the facades are going to look like they're made out of brick, stone, and mortar. That's not the case. Quite a few are actually foam rubber and fiberglass. We do have a wide variety of facades that can portray a wide variety of time periods, from the late 1800s all the way through to present day and even a little beyond. You pretty much use them for whatever you might need. This portion of our Metro sets of adventure is called London Square. I always like the structure off to the right. Pretty basic. Just a big flat surface with a mural painted on the front of it, but we did change the look of it, change location, so to speak. Well, we simply give it a paint job and voila, we're someplace new. Like how some of the doors are painted on, and there's actual real working doors. Just walk right through to the other side. Taking a bit of a unique route through the Metropolitan sets on today's tour, which will have a bit of a benefit, and then you will get to see this mural off to the right. This mural is only about a year old. It was done by a very talented individual named Tristan Eaton, who did that freehand with spray paint. No tape, no stencils, none of that. Freehand with spray paint. The guy is amazing, and he is quite in demand for his mural skills. He's got murals in, I believe, at least 25 cities around the world. So he is definitely in demand for his handiwork there. Anyway, we now make our turn onto what I like to call Main Street in the Metropolitan sets, but it's actually officially known as New York Street. You see it definitely has a big city New York-esque feel to it. Who better tell you about New York than a guy who got his big break there, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, and welcome to New York! It's actually an old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And yes, the Metropolitan sets have been used to portray New York City on many, many occasions. The New York Street area here, no stranger to superhero movies. Quite a few have shot down here in the years. To name a few, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. Also Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. And Captain America, the First Avenger with Chris Evans. Some of the more recent productions to shot on New York Street include American Ninja Warrior, shot a flop set down here a while back, set over obstacle course, right down where we just traveled. Also a feature film that's already been to theaters, did extremely well, Hobbs and Shaw. Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, Vanessa Kirby, and Idris Elba starring. Oh, and every once in a while, Will and Grace will come through in one way or another.
Anastasia Beaverhouse. Just an ordinary tourist from the Midwest.
Oh, me too. What part?
Mission. Soda, Wisconsin. Home of the fighting Caucasians.
Yes, they have good fun. And when a production comes through the back lot, we have to give a lot of credit to some very important people, the art directors and the production designers. It's their job to transform the sets on our back lot to different locations for filming. Sometimes we're filming all kinds of fun stuff, so just a reminder to remain seated, hang on. Definitely want to hang on to all of your personal belongings.
Okay, glasses on, everybody. We're back to Skull Island.
Some of the world's largest digital 3D screens. They are 40 feet tall and more than 80 feet long. The film itself utilizes some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. Of course, done by Peter Jackson and his team that put in digital. Hold on to your 3D glasses. Do those one more time near the end of the tour. But right now on your screens, look behind the scenes, being called 360 3D.
With a project like a studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know people are looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this live means that we're used to working on, there's no cuts, because it's
one-giant shot, this tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the cameras come. This ring represents the screen is 10 meters away. We really created about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, because it's a hell of a ride.
Now, King Kong is one of our most recognizable big screen icons, but in just a moment we're going to show you a few more. Coming up, we'll be passing by some vehicles. They are known as picture cars. It'll take us a moment or two to get there, so while we're en route, I'll put a few on your screens for you. As movie audiences have embraced their need for speed, not good ones here, the more modern Knight Rider car from the 2008 Knight Rider television series, Magnum PI's Ferrari, Biff's convertible from Back to the Future, donations from the Flintstones, some of our Fast and Furious films, so the gyrospheres here from Jurassic World. One picture car that is no longer in our lineup is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. That is now on permanent loan to the Peterson Automotive Museum down on Wilshire Boulevard here in Los Angeles. Hi guys, just had somebody pull the emergency cord. Hey, if it is a medical emergency, pull the cord again. Alright, sit tight. Here. If you can hear the audio, give me like a thumbs up. We'll see if... Okay, you can hear? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Unfortunately, these trams aren't that sophisticated, so it's not like if there's some sort of technical issue that's going to pop up on my screen or anything like that. It's just... Unfortunately, it's up to the guests to, hey, there's a problem, so thank you. Some people wait till the end and then chew me out because they couldn't hear for the entire tour. All part of the fun. Anyway, we continue on to an island off the coast of Costa Rica.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Vehicles from Jurassic Park and the Lost World Jurassic Park, both of which star Jeff Goldblum. A lot of, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Yes, some nice dinosaurs keep you nice and invigorated for the rest of your day here at Universal. Just found out nothing ever truly extinct here in Hollywood, not even dinosaurs. We'll go ahead and continue on down south now, so to speak, on the back lot to an area called Old Mexico. It's been used in many productions throughout the years. Back in the 80s, used in a fun little film called Three Amigos with Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. More recently, used in an episode of the CBS series Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, which starred Gary Sinise. Since we're already went from our dino friends on weather effects demonstration, I call upon my good friend, the Today Show's Al Roper, to give us our weather forecast.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of 5 of precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
Going to be quite that bad, but thank you. Got the satellite feed there. Anywho, here is your weather. You might catch some occasional lightning flashes, some high intensity flash bulbs. There we go. Added a little more thunder and audio effect up your speakers. And of course, there's your rain. Sprinklers high overhead, shoot water up into the air. Water comes right back down, gives it the illusion of falling rain. So, no matter how many consecutive days of sunshine you might have in Universal City, we can make it rain and thunderstorm whenever we want, right here on the back. And it is... Uh-oh. I wasn't kidding. It's flash flood time. Water gets close. Look out. And that is our flash flood on the back lot. In 2002, used in the film Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti. And we're going to cross the border, so to speak, from Old Mexico into one of our western sets. We're entering 6 Points, Texas. One of the more recent big productions to have shot at 6 Points, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt starring. If you've seen the film, it's from the portion of the movie where Mr. DiCaprio's character Rick Dalton is guest starring on the television series Lancer. Also, while we're here, we take a look at a few of our famous Western stars. 6 Points, Texas, because many years ago, in our silent filmmaking days, we could shoot 6 different movies in here at the same time. You just dress each street looked like a different town. Each street had its own bank, its own sheriff's station, its own saloon, and its own hotel. As we exit the Wild West on the left, a small body of water called Park Lake. Back in 1954, we shot some scenes there for our monster movie, Creature from the Black Lagoon. They've been airing their 4th and final season. They decided they wanted to go out on top. We're going to come in for a closer look, and let's go behind the scenes of a good place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead. This location, the afterlife, I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Alright, so the yogurt shop that you see there on your screens is coming up ahead of us here. We're going to be passing it by on the left. It's now sporting the double green doors.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Yes, they have a good time at the good place. As we exit the far side of Little Europe, coming up on the left is an outdoor stage, a fence, and a lovely California ranch-style home. It's all part of the setup for the Hallmark Channel show Home and Family, currently hosted by Debbie Matenopoulos and Cameron Matheson.
Hey Universal Studios fans, I'm Cameron Matheson.
And I'm Debbie Matenopoulos from the Emmy-nominated television show Home and Family.
Join us as we go behind the scenes with your favorite actors, musicians, and celebrity chefs.
Plus amazing DIYs, fun fashions, and so much more.
Make sure to watch Home and Family on Hallmark Channel every weekday.
Alright, gang, so we're going to cruise around the side of Stage 50. Now, if you've taken the tour in the past, you might recall that Stage 50 is our earthquake attraction here on the back lot. It is undergoing its yearly refurbishment. So it's going to be down, we're still in a few weeks here. I believe it's scheduled to reopen on February 14th on the back lot. As we head up Spielberg Drive, we're passing along the backside of 6 Points, Texas, where we were a little earlier. We actually do have 2 western sets. 6 Points is on the right. Off to the left, just beyond where this truck is at, is a little lone street called Denver Street. Kind of dead ends into the Home and Family setup there at the far end. So we do have 2 western sets across the street from each other. Weird how that works, but that is the case. Nowadays, Denver Street pretty much just used for parking for the Home and Family crew. Anyway, we continue up the hill here. We're going to stop off at beautiful Amity Island, everyone's favorite vacation destination on the back lot. Looks like they finally captured that pesky shark that was causing all the trouble. There he is off to the right, strung up on the dock. As an added measure of protection, we've dispatched Officer George of the Amity PD dive team. Wait a minute. You know what? I think they might have caught the wrong shark. Look at the size of that dorsal fin. Our pal Officer George could be in big trouble. Hey, George, get out of the water, buddy. George is on your left, like you're, I don't know, 11 o'clock. This is not going to end well. Alright, we lost Officer George. I think he just became a George kebab. We're going to pull down here behind the dock. It should be a little safer. Now they have some bait attached to that yellow barrel in the water. Hopefully the shark will take that and not munch on it. There it goes. Okay, the bait's stopped. With a line break or something? Yeah, line broke. I'll run a gas line, and now there's a fire. Alright, look, probably best if we just head over to the pump. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look out! Whoa, here we come. He's a man-eater. Alright, he just said hello to one of my backlot favorites, my good buddy Jaws, who, as it turns out, was just as big a terror off-screen as he was on. Let's say more about that. The film's director, the one and only Steven Spielberg.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited.
The shark worked well enough for a while there in the music. so I really owe the shark a lot.
On another grisly note, the lagoon area there where Pal Jaws lives was also home to Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher. For 12 successful seasons of Murder, She Wrote, the area portrayed Cabot Cove. And we'll climb yet another hill on the back lot. Coming up on the right, a great big house called the Chicken Ranch, used in many productions throughout the years. As we pass by, we'll take a look at a few of its credits. 2012. Since that time, Colonial Street has been used by numerous other productions. One of the more recent ones, an upcoming Netflix series called Never Have I Ever that Mindy Kaling is executive producing. Colonial is also very, very popular for television commercials. Many have shot up here over the years. In fact, a decent amount of the time, Colonial is closed to the tour. In fact, just the other day, we had to shut it down and have the tours bypassed because there was a Boost Mobile commercial that was shooting up here. But you happen to catch us on a fairly quiet Tuesday, so we're able to cruise around a bit. In fact, we'll cruise around the cul-de-sac and make another pass and check out some other productions to have shot here throughout the years. The houses here on Colonial are what we call first floor practical. So with some of them inside on the first level, they can be used for little interior filming and then I'll just use for exterior shots. However, when the housewives were here, a lot of times they would just use the street for the exteriors. For the insides of the houses, they'd build those inside some of our front lot sound stages and shoot those scenes there. They have more control over lighting and sound out.
Hey, got it, sweetie!
Yes, it is quite the handy device. And unfortunately for the poor citizens of Whoville, not only do they have to deal with the mean old Grinch, but their next door neighbor is a real psycho. Norman Bates, we're now at the Bates Motel. In the distance, the Psycho House. These are two of the oldest freestanding sets in all of Hollywood. Now, the Psycho House up on the hill is built at 3/4 scale, so on film it's going to look farther away than it actually is. And wow, boy, has Norman got very sloppy. He's not paying attention and moving a body in full view of 146 people. Norman, you got to check your surroundings. Geez, you know what? Maybe it's best we just check on out of the Bates Motel. Norman is not happy to see us. Leave our iconic friend Norman behind, Dakota Fanning and Tim Robbins.
Again, their present crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision of Stephen.
When you first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay, I'm closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
As we exit the War of the Worlds crash site, we'll come out into an area called Falls Lake. Its main feature is a giant blue backdrop. It happens to be the largest freestanding backdrop in all of Hollywood. We enter at a bit of an angle, so take a look to your right, a little behind you, and well, there it sits. In 2016, Tom Hanks was out of this area to work on Sully. I don't know, it looked like a nuts into me. Much closer to us on the right, lovely cabin that was built for this late 80s comedy. Cabin Built for the Great Outdoors, starring the late great John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, a very underrated comedy in my opinion. And now, gang, we are in a very dangerous individual named Owen Shaw. So Hobbs suggested we move into Sullivan Truck Repair, kind of hide out for a bit. Fortunately, Hobbs and a few of his close associates have offered to lend us some assistance. Very nice of them. At least we're hiding out. We've got some cool vehicles to look at. I think Hobbs is going to join us a little later. But here, this first may our contact is supposed to. He's going to let us know where we're going, what we're doing, all that sort of fun stuff, and then we'll go from there. So,
my name's Roman Pierce.
Hi, Roman. Just talking about.
Nice to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys. We're going to keep Shaw from finding you. But to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
All right, let's see what's going on in bay number 2. And it looks like we are just in time for the party.
We did the tour.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and that was like the place to go and see Jaws.
Calling with the entertainment capital of LA. We're open until 6. As we say in the biz, that is a wrap. We'll see you in the movies.
Back up,